Hello, welcome to Mama Sue's Kitchen. I hope you're having a great day today, and it's been a beautiful day here. I did a lot of what I wanted to do. I love to thrift. I love to go to thrift stores and consignment shops, and this morning when we got up and we did all we were supposed to do here, Harold asked me if I wanted to go thrifting. He said, I'll take my Sunday school lesson and sit in the truck and study while you shop. So I did that, had a great day, found some things that I liked, and I decided that I was going to show you a cake that I made years ago. I mean, it's probably been at least 20 years since I've made this cake. And I had a sweet follower who sent me a message on Facebook several weeks ago and asked if I knew how to make an orange cake with pineapple frosting. She said, I think it has Cool Whip. Well, it reminded me right then of the one I used to make. This cake is called by several names. It can be called a Mandarin Orange Cake, or I used to call it a Pea Pickin Good Cake, but I have been reading and I've been calling it the wrong thing all these years because it's called a Pig Pickin Good Cake. And they got that name from people would have these barbecues at their home where they would just roast a whole pig. And people would bring dishes, and ladies brought this cake, and they said while they were shredding the pig, people would eat this cake, and it was Pig Pickin Good. So that's what I'm going to call it. And you start with just a yellow cake mix. There's several recipes out there, but I'm going to make it like I've made it. And then to that, you're going to add a half a cup of vegetable oil, four eggs. So, here's one, two, three, and four. Now, if you were just making the cake by the directions on the box, it calls for oil and it calls for eggs, but it's a different amount. Okay, I'm going to add also a half a cup of sour cream. And the last ingredient that you're going to use is an 8-ounce can of Mandarin oranges, and I don't drain mine. Now, when I bought my Mandarin oranges, I bought the 15-ounce can. So what I did was I measured out 8 ounces, and that's a cup, and I put the juice in it, and I'm putting it all in here, and I'm going to take my hand mixer, and I'm just going to mix this together. I told you before I use my KitchenAid mixer a good bit. But if it's something simple like this, I don't. I'm going to make a pound cake one day in the next couple of weeks. And I will use my KitchenAid for that. Turn that down a little bit. And maybe I can talk over it. I wanted to tell you Blake he's doing well. He's still in intensive care. But they have started back his feeding through his G-tube. And he's tolerating it now. I think tomorrow they're going to try to move him into a regular room. And they'll probably do a swallow study to make sure when he spits up that it's not, that he can swallow and it's not aspirating all the time. Just a little bit more. All right, let me set this over so it won't get on my counter. Okay, I have taken 3 cake pans. These are 9-inch, no, they're 8-inch, 8-inch. And I have sprayed them with Baker's Joy. And I'm going to divide this frosting into 3 sections. Let me move this so you can see what I'm doing. I know that a lot of you can't see, and I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to do this one. And this. And then the third one. And then I'm going to kind of check and see if they have about the same amount. I think they will, because it's going to fluff up some. You will have to refrigerate this cake because of the Cool Whip in the frosting. But I'm going to show you after I get this in all of the pans how it looks. I think somebody had left me a message when they made the strawberry cake that that they only had 2 cake pans and they made 2 layers. Well, that's okay. You just had thicker layers. But if you can see, all of my cakes have about the same amount. And y'all, I shake it, and I'm going to bang it a little bit to get the air bubbles out. I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and I'm going to check this in about 24 to 25 minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, I checked them after 20 minutes. And they were ready. I stuck a toothpick in them and they came back clean. So, this is what they look like. And I'm going to put them on my cooling rack in just a few minutes. Let them cool completely. And then I'll be back to frost them. Okay, the cake has cooled. I have put it on the cooling rack, and I have one that's ready on here to frost. But let's make our frosting. All it calls for is a 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple, and you're going to use the juice. Okay? It calls for 5 ounces of vanilla instant pudding, and I have the 3.4 ounce, so I'm going to have to use more than one. I'm really going to just use 1.5. Okay, there's one. And you get the instant, vanilla instant pudding. Well, I put the whole thing so it's not going to hurt. All right, you're going to mix it really good together. So that's just pineapple and vanilla instant pudding. Then you're going to put 16 ounces of Cool Whip. I got the Aldi brand, and these are 8-ounce containers. So what I'm going to do is put put 2 of them in. Y'all, this is a light cake. It's perfect for springtime. It's perfect for any time, really. But we're just going to mix it all together. And I'm going to use the, actually, I'm going to use the spatula to mix all of that pineapple and pudding together. Y'all, this smells so, so good. Carol, you're going to love this cake. It's so easy. You see the frosting's 3 ingredients. Crushed pineapple with the juice, vanilla instant pudding, and Cool Whip. Now, all that, I just want to make sure it's, I check the bottom of the thing to make sure that the pineapple is not still on the bottom. Okay, let me show you. Here is the cake. I'm going to use my spoon and just spoon some of this on it. I told you we're going to have to keep this in the refrigerator because it's Cool Whip mainly. But look, you're just going to have a big, thick layer of goodness. Woo! Y'all, this is really good. I don't know why I haven't been making this. I'm so glad that sweet little follower asked me about it. Now, let's put some more. Let me hold this up. Okay. Let me get my little this neat little thing right here. Okay, we're going to put this here. Just a little bit more because this makes a lot of frosting. An awful lot. You could make this in a 9x13, but I really think you would have to half your frosting because it would be way too much. Okay. Now, I'm going to put some more on top. Every time I start cooking, Scout comes in here and he starts rattling his bowl like he's hungry when I've already fed him. But he smells, this cake smells good. It smelled good cooking. Okay. Now you could, if you wanted to, just do the top and the layers. But there's enough of this that I'm going to do the sides. There's nothing hard about this. So I think if you get the ingredients, you may have everything except mandarin oranges. I don't keep those a lot, even though I like them. But today when we were out shopping, I stopped by Aldi and got those. And actually there's some left, but I knew we would eat them eventually. And you could put them on top to kind of decorate if you wanted. We've still got a good bit of frosting left. You know, good bit. Cup probably. Okay. Okay, I'm just about finished with it. Now, I'm going to let this chill before I cut it. And you will see a picture of it cut when I link it to my website. So that way you'll know what it looks like, but I'm not going to cut it tonight. Okay, y'all. Do you see how pretty that is? Oh my goodness. Mandarin Orange Cake, Pea Pickin Good Cake, or the real name is Pig Pickin Good Cake. And it is any kind of those you want to mention, good. It is very, very good. There's a little frosting right there. Now that is a good cake. Y'all, I still have recipe books, and on my webpage there is a link that tells you can either send a check or money order, and my address is there, or you could pay by PayPal or Venmo. I appreciate y'all so much, and I hope that you will be salt and light wherever you go. Let others see Jesus in you, because if you have Jesus in you, you have the light of Jesus for others to see. I'll be back soon. Share my page. Thank you so much.
Turn out good.